ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the One Piece manga reviews. This week we are back reviewing chapter 1111. We got Jazz, we got Versen. I'll start off with Versen. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Beautiful weather outside, like we commented. Just good day to get and go for a nice walk before it becomes a giant flaming spear of sweat.
Yeah, it has been
Mm.
nice outside. I've been hanging out with Sheila a lot outside recently, and I'm normally a guy that does not go outside because of how hot it is. But yes, I will agree the weather has been good. I've been trying to take advantage of it, my dammy. All right, Jazz, how you doing, sir?
Um, I'm doing good. The days are longer, but I hope the money is soon too. That's all I'm gonna say.
Feel that, feel
Do a
that.
money spread right now, Jess. Don't be like Dan Schneider. Do a money spread.
Hey,
Don't
I'm
be a
gonna do.
Bro,
Hey, look. Hey, look.
dick.
I'm gonna do a money spread when Mihawk gets on panel feats.
Yeah,
Yo, y'all
you'll
are
do a money
wild.
spread whenever we break into Miyak's castle and we see the black paint. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bro, that picture was wild. We'll get to that real quick. Let me just shout out. Do y'all like my little shirt? I got like
Yeah.
it's a nice shirt, and it's you know
Okay.
what? It's for larger size gentlemen. It's a
Mhm.
shirt from this company called Strong Size, and just some might be getting everybody some shirts.
Yeah,
Everybody
not a sponsor, but could be.
but could be exactly
I
like
like it. I
real
like it.
like
I like it. I like it.
like legitimately could be like it's a nice branded shirt. So if you're a bigger size gentleman, but I'll be getting you guys some shirts pretty soon. But shout out to Strong Side, but still not a sponsor quite yet. But all right, but yeah, let's get into it. We didn't talk last week's One Piece chapter, and really, last piece One Piece chapter was just showing us about who the Gorosei are. So I asked Verse in this because this has been a topic of conversation, and I think this week gets us there. This is just a little initial thoughts. Seeing the Gorosei, you were someone who was like, "Yeah, I don't know if they're stronger than the admirals or some of these other people." How do you feel post seeing them in their glory and fashion? And I think we could talk more about it because of this week's, but how do you
Mhm.
feel seeing them in their thing? I think one of y'all's theories might be right though, that I
I
didn't
will
agree
say,
with.
design wise, Otis cooking. Like, there's some that I like more, but I don't think there's a bad one in the bunch.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, see, for me, like, I'm not really there yet on the attack potency, which is a term I usually hate, but I'm not really feeling like as much of the raw power, but you can't knock these fuckers down. And I think that might tie into their connection with Sama. And that's,
I
I
mean,
mean, if you can't
in
just knock them down, then and they just can't be beat, then they just can't be beat.
in this chapter, Luffy said he thinks they can't die because like
Yeah.
he said he's throwing Kaido knocker outers and like nothing's happening.
Like, yeah,
And
they're
this is
not. Yeah.
while they're talking on top of a corpse of the sandworm, who I imagine is just going to jump right back up if this is how it is, you know?
Facts. We'll get to that. But Jack, what are your thoughts on the Gorosei seeing them?
I like them because I like the tension that they bring, which is also another reason. Actually the Gorosei being here is actually giving me another reason to like the 10-minute timer that Vegapunk
Mm.
put on his message, because without that, we don't even get them coming here. Like we might, but like it would be too late for them to come if he just like was like, "Hey guys, here's the truth of the world." Then the Gorosei are just sitting there and they're like, "Well, shit, there's nothing we could do." And I like this because then it gives these characters a reason to actually show what they're capable of. Obviously, at the point in the story that we're at right now and what we learn about them, we can't beat them right now. So it's good to get introduced to this early on, because these are like, I would say, in-game opponents.
Yeah, for sure. They gotta be all right. Look, maybe I don't know if necessarily the Straw Hats fight these guys, but they're getting fought in the main war. Somebody's fighting them.
I do have a contention though, and this is mostly for you two, so we don't have to get on it long, but
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say Oda once again owes me a check. It happened with Prince Cruz. It's happened here with our horsemen. From session 0 of our D&D campaign,
That's
who's
true.
the big bad, and why is it now basically just Samurai Gandhi?
Yo, he was
Did I or
badass.
did I not describe a giant scary horseman who could turn into a centaur
You did. You
You
did.
did.
I gotta give it
with
to you.
like a
You did.
fear aura?
I gotta give it to you. That guy looked great in that last chapter. I think
Mhm.
the other two that I was kind of worried about, the Birdman and the Boar, they made some great strides in the new chapter, which we'll get to
Mhm.
in a little bit. Like they did some cool shit. Was Oda just watching Dune? Because like I don't know, man, how the world works. That's crazy that it happened in correspondence around the time when Dune 2 drops, but to have all these other like mythological creatures, and then the sandworm. It's like, what the hell? I didn't see that one coming. That one
But you
kinda
know
shocked
what?
me.
Because Peter is like actually he seems like one of the younger Gorosei. I actually kind of like the fact that the other four that seem older are like based off of more Chinese, Japanese like mythology, like demons,
Mhm.
and then like
Yokai.
him being like younger. It's like it seems like he's based off of like obviously the sandworm comes from like mythology, but it's like it's
Mhm.
still more of like a modern day like
Dang.
It's
monster.
kind of like
You know what I'm saying?
cryptozoological, you know,
Yeah.
Look, if that dude starts producing
like the
fucking,
Mongolian death worm.
if he starts producing spice or dust,
Hey.
watch out.
Yeah, it turns out
Watch out.
Jupiter is the one who's like the spice must flow, and he's been putting crack in the communities.
Lisan
Yeah,
Al-Gaib. Where's Stilgar when you
Dude,
need him?
I say Luffy doesn't want to go to Elbaf because he's worried about the jihad that the giants will enact if they see him. He
And the
can't go north.
That man Luffy said if I go south, it'll enact war.
Dorian Broggy are trying to get him there bad.
Yeah. Fucking Stilgar 1 and 2 over here.
Oh man, but like I said, that's what I thought last chapter. It was just like, damn, what a coincidence that one of these is a sandworm, and like, just I was shocked that happened. So, but all right, we can get into chapter 1,000. Oh, you got something else?
Wait, we were forgetting a very, very important part of the last chapter. You know, I love it when Oda brings a love story, you know, whole, you know what I'm saying? Look, without Sanji's words of encouragement, there's no way he could have beat Lucci. We saw it. Look, this ain't even slander. If Sanji never said nothing to Zoro, if Sanji never slandered Zoro, Zoro would have still been fighting Lucci.
Look,
He got hit with the hand
I'm
pistol.
gonna say this because shout out to our guy Brian who watched this. I'm pretty sure I said my man Zoro was just, he was.
That's so
I'm not gonna say
pathetic.
he was. I'm not saying he wasn't trying, but he was just, toying. He was like, all right, now we kill him when we kill him.
It might
Now
be
we
Dude.
kill
time
him
for
when
us to have that
Bandana
Zoro is
wasn't
a
on.
psychopath. It might
Like,
be time for
he
us to have
might
that Zoro is
be.
a psychopath talk.
He might be a
because
masochist. He really or sadist. He really might be a sadist. Like
Yeah.
legit.
He
He
might have
might
learned the
be.
wrong. He
I was
might have
gonna
learned the wrong
say-
ideology over the 2-year time
yeah.
skip with Mihawk. I'm gonna be honest.
Lynn, unless there's a sadism thing going on here, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm more confident he had it more handled, but I never thought he was going to lose to Lucci, mind you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no.
none
But,
of
like-
us did. But I was just saying.
But like that definitely wasn't as consensual or in the bag as we've been led to believe. But to your
Look,
point, Jazz, yes, no one drives that man's passion more than Sanji.
I don't know if it was that
Literally no one.
not in the bag, because then you saw the cuts on Lucci gonna be scarred for the rest of his life. But that's more this chapter. I'll wait. But yeah, that was nice seeing my man Zoro do that attack. That was crazy.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. We love it.
So, but all right.
I also really loved watching the giant show up for Luffy in a big way.
Yeah,
Obviously
they
we
cut
got
the
more of that in this
worm.
chapter 2.
I mean, you
Yeah.
might as well. It was the parallel to them cutting the thing in
the
Little Garden.
goldfish.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, the massive goldfish.
So that was a good look as well. I wonder, we didn't see Jupiter much in this. Oh, we might as well just do it. All right, we're in this chapter now, 1111. It starts off with Marcus Mars attacking the dome. Fucking Jinbei's like, whoa, what's going on? All right, Zoro, we gotta go. We see Lucci scarred up. That's gonna leave a mark. We'll talk more about it. Jinbei's like, Zoro's like, no, I'm gotta end this. Jinbei's like, bro, shut the fuck up. We rolling. Sorry, Lucci, I gotta knock you out because this man gonna stay. So then
Out of here.
Zoro and Jinbei get out, and then Lucci, still conscious, is like, yo, Marcus Mars like, what's up? And then Lucci just slays everything. He snitches. He doesn't snitch. I don't know what our friend Pharaoh was talking about. That's not a snitch.
Report.
He does his job. He reports to the Gorosei.
I mean, what is he gonna do?
That's
Not
going on.
tell him?
Yeah,
Because if he doesn't tell him, he dies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, to what end?
He told him everything that he had to do. And then we get some more Dorian Broggy shit. We see the warthog or pig boar Gorosei do some attacks. We'll talk about that. We see Luffy have some Toon Force shit. Yeah, he is Pumbaa. You're absolutely right. We see the Marines. They're looking like, what's this hockey? And everybody, Dorian Broggy are like, whoa. They start attacking him, and Luffy's like, yeah, they can't be beat. Blah blah blah. But Luffy does do a baseball thing. Keep scrolling, trying to see what else happens. That fight continues. Oh, we cut to Kizaru, who's like, my wounds run deep. We'll talk about that pussy too. And then the
Wow.
chapter ends
going on?
with the robot
I've just
apologizing,
been having a misogynistic day today.
saying, "Forgive me, Joy Boy." Nah, bro, we're gonna talk about Kizaru. We can talk about him. Dude, I got annihilated. I don't want to hear anything about these admirals anymore. Man's just on the boat saying my wounds. I understand you killed a Vegapunk that was your friend. Get up, go fight Luffy some more, brother. What are you doing?
I
Or
mean,
did you get beat
honestly,
up?
I mean, honestly, in his defense, like the other 5 Gorosei are here, so he basically has the best get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
They
He
gonna
just be
ask
like,
him.
Luffy knocked me out. Sorry, guys. Like, whoops. Like,
They're gonna ask him what was he doing. The other Marines were like, "Come on, Kizaru, let's get up." He's like, "Oh, let me just lay here."
I'll be honest, if Kizaru still works for the world government after this, after he literally had to kill his friend, saw 5 demons pull up to the island. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Have you never heard of it?
The check can't be that crazy.
It's called quiet quitting. All right. AKA what everyone thought Kizaru was at the very start of this, which is just collecting a check while smoking weed in the back, like everyone who works in a restaurant.
That's what I mean. Look, that's what he. But I'm gonna give credit to Luffy. Luffy beat that man ass. That's what it is. beat the will to live out of him. So shout out to all you Admiral fans. That's what it is. What it is.
And again, as we saw at the end of the chapter, seems like you can't really fuck with them like that. And then we got the like almost the Marvel credits cut with the last page at the end. I don't think you got into that.
I know.
Yeah.
That was like a post credit scene.
I know. I said that, but like, I didn't know if y'all want to talk about that right now. I thought we were gonna go to the front, like y'all always do. We can talk about the robot. I don't care, but I know y'all like to go to the front. So
yeah, we might as well do it front to back. I think.
Yeah, top down.
You see, and I knew it, so that's why I didn't even say much about the robot. But it was. I'll say this. I normally don't even talk about this. I like the cover of Shonen Jump. That's fire. See.
Oh yeah.
Zoro and Sanji.
Yeah, I liked both the cover and the color spread. The color spread I thought was beautiful. Glad to see some good art. I would like that on a shirt actually.
The cover spread?
Yeah, the color spread with the jellyfish and like
it is nice with
or
Kuma.
Like, yeah, Kuma and pretty much everyone important for the arc. Yeah,
I like that. I like that Kuma's here and Bonnie's also here in like her child form, which is like
even Vegapunk's
nice.
in. You know
that bum. What's
going on tonight?
Yeah, dude. Let me ask you a question. Like, who do you think isn't a bum? Because right now it's everyone's a bum.
Look, not everyone is not a bum. We'll get to it. My man Marcus Mars is out here trying to do some things. That guy, I'm turning into a Gorosei stand over here, brother.
Oh my god,
those guys out here got Jinbei like, whoa, what's this hockey?
This is like coming out and saying that you openly support the Rothschilds.
Look, the demon, demon hockey? Question mark? Is that a thing? Conquerors, like it's something going on over there with those guys.
I love when stuff like this drops because it completely messes up the power scaling, and now I gotta see people scramble to be like, "Where are the Gorosei in the top 30?" And it's because it does not matter.
Not at all. They're just these villains that are the most powerful ones that the Straw Hats got to take down.
And I will say, because you asked me earlier, I think to just give like a clarifying statement, I need to see someone who isn't Luffy fight them.
That's fair.
To know kind of what we're dealing with.
That's fair.
I'm still not prepared to instantly put them over an admiral. They're obviously going anyone. They're obviously like admiral level or right under. Even the weakest one of them. But again, like I think the regeneration is some sort of weird happenstance or trick that we're gonna have to figure out. And once that happens, I don't know. Like at that point, it's just a damage contest, right? Like. Can I damage you more than you damage me by the time the timer's up? The timer being one of us fucking dies. Right now they're cheating because they have an infinite timer. They just can last forever until eventually you get weak and then they can literally just eat you.
Because we don't know what's going on. But I will say, I don't know if Kizaru's hanging with him. I'll say Kainu's hanging with him because I think Sakazuki's that guy.
See, I think
Garp's hanging with him too. I think Garp's hanging with him too.
Fuck no, Garp's not hanging. Oh wait, you mean fighting? I thought you meant like hanging with him.
No.
I was about to say.
I was like, damn. I was like, my goodness. I think Garp's like the strongest Marine besides the Kainu.
Yeah, I was about to be like, that's why I thought it was weird you said a Kainu like that because I was like, Lynn, I think if you showed a Kainu these fucking demons or whatever.
Oh no, I don't mean
for the Marines, but I think it'd be like, all right, it's time for the Marines and our government to fucking separate.
I don't mean like hang out. I mean like they can put up your dukes.
Yeah, I agree. So, dude, Kainu might be a hard counter to the Sandworm. Depending.
Might be. Depending on what he can do. Yeah, no, I know exactly where you're going with that. Like this, but I will say, Sandworm didn't do much this chapter. The one who impressed me was Pumbaa.
Yeah. The one
Like,
who I
which is
honestly
crazy
expected the
because
least amount from.
yeah, because he didn't do
I did
anything in the
too.
last chapter.
Like from chapter 1100, I definitely thought he was the one that was a little, or 1110.
Well, I think
I
we
thought
also
he
need
was
to
like the weak
remember
one.
in Japanese mythology and also a lot of like older mythologies, boars are like
Are
military.
important.
Like
Mhm.
to us
Didn't they call the
nowadays, like
boar
it's a
from like
big pig.
Wano a god?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like that,
that
like
the mountain god.
mhm.
Yeah, like they're proper like monsters, and there are a lot of stories about them because they're also like a real animal that can get to absurd sizes and cause havoc. You know,
Like homie can turn his tusk into swords. I'm sure he's gonna have firepower of some sort because that's like where the boar's based off of. So he'll have something along those lines. I'm
yeah,
interested in what can the bird actually do
yeah.
besides talk to people.
I am assuming he can call down either some sort of beam or some sort of something like some Quetzalcoatl shit type shit, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I until we started this review, I actually hadn't seen the part where the tusk just full on turned into blades,
Oh,
which I
that was like
find
the thing I
very interesting.
noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love the most. Like when I saw him do that on top of his weird hockey screech, it was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
because I had to
Pumbaa's
keep going
kicking
back and
ass.
forth to make sure they weren't just always like that. But no, like they morph,
No.
Mm-hmm.
kind of like Luffy's ability, like
Pumbaa
you
right
can
now
tell
has
him.
the best showing of them. I'll say. Well, no, I can't say that because of what Nuzojuro was doing last chapter.
Yeah, but he was doing that to a lot of not necessarily fodder, but he was sneaking pacifistas. He's
But
not fighting the fucking giants.
He was just
I
fighting.
mean,
He
those
was fighting
pacifistas are still
overgrown.
pretty strong. They're
He was
not
fighting
weak.
overgrown microwaves. Come
He
on
was
now.
one shotting them. Look, I still gotta get that man his props. He was one shotting them.
Yeah,
That was
fair.
still fire. In his hybrid form, like he ain't even messing with horse form.
Which is that the first? Is that the first Gorosei we've seen with a hybrid form? Because I don't.
That's what I
Do we
wanted to
count?
ask
Do we
y'all.
Say,
count
I don't even
Saturn?
know if I count that as hybrid form because he's half and half. Like it's almost like he's morphing to do a quick hit and then
That's what
Then
I wanted
morphing
to
back.
going
ask
back
y'all
in.
because
Like it's not stable.
I was gonna concede to y'all that maybe y'all's theory is right about the Devils, but that guy kind of he's a weird fella.
Well, I mean, if anything, I think it supports it because if it's a devil and not a devil fruit, it doesn't have to follow the structure at all. They can
True.
transform freely at will as much as they want. Which, if
Right.
any, again, I think with the swords, it might help show that because I don't really think we've seen a Zoan. I mean, yeah, mythological Zoan have different rules, but that could just arbitrarily make inorganic matter part of their body.
True.
That's like
That's true.
knife fruit type shit. You know,
That is fair. Did we see Saturn in a hybrid form at all? Because he's the one we've been the most with.
I don't want to like.
unless
This is
his
weird
current
because he
form
still.
is.
Yeah, because he still has his human face.
For
Yeah.
sure.
He's definitely the
So-
most centaur-like whenever they're in full.
Whereas the bird guy and the worm and even Pumbaa, they're full on their creature form.
Yeah,
I won't say like their zone form. I'm just saying whatever they are
Yeah.
not showing their human face.
yeah.
So like at all. So interesting.
And it is also shown. Maybe it's partially like the hockey or whatever. But again, to talk about Pumbaa some more, he has Gear 5 level type shit too, though. Or maybe that's just what happens whenever Gear 5 is attacked with an attack like that. But like he blew off Luffy's scars and the hat and everything. Like he made Luffy's scars come off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, Gear 5's kind of like a mess because like Kaido also did similar shit because that's
Mhm.
partially just a Luffy thing.
I definitely
But-
feel that he did exert some crazy hockey, whatever that was. But I do, to your point, think this is like because he attacked Luffy. Like if he attacked Sanji, I don't know if Sanji's like eyebrow would go off his face. Like I think Sanji might just pass the fuck out, or who knows what would happen to a normal human, a non-Luffy.
Not
Or
to get into power
non-giant,
scaling, and
yeah.
I'm not saying this to downplay Shanks at all, but I think that hockey whale might be the biggest flash of hockey we've seen. Like,
Possible.
at the very least, wide in AoE, because it seems like Shanks is pretty wide, but it was just mostly centered on Green Bull for the most part. Well, just because like it goes all the way to the ships and it knocks out crew members. At the same
True.
time, though, I don't think it's quite as potent because Dory and Broggy, who granted,
They
they're
took
made of
they
tough stuff.
tanked it though.
Yeah, like did not seem to notice at all.
Like
you
it
know.
affected Luffy more than it affected them,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like how strong are they? Like It's like I see why Big Mom wanted the Giants.
I say, yeah, giant stocks going crazy.
Yeah, giant stocks are through the roof. Look, I gotta give Zoro some props. I know y'all want to, I know as resident Sanji fans, I know where we stand, but I gotta say that's gonna that scar gonna be there for the rest of Rob Lucci's life. Like that's some intense shit on his chest, bro.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal. But honestly, if I could play devil's advocate,
damn, that's real
dude.
powerful that you just randomly scarred some random ass cop. But anyway.
God, he's not some random cop. Rob Lucci, and look, let me just say for the people
an ICE agent.
For the people who were shitting on me for my Katakuri takes, I think Rob Lucci showed a lot in this fight. That's all I'm gonna say. I think Rob Lucci showed a lot.
I don't think he would have scarred Katakuri like that.
Oh, stop it!
And you want to know the reason? You want to know the reason why I agree with Versen on that take is because Rob Lucci has what Katakuri lacks, and that's durability. Because Katakuri makes up for durability by having future sight.
Man, Zoro might have cut Zoro might have cut Katakuri's arm off. Let's not do this. My guy Rob Lucci stood firm. He gonna have a scar. He was able to talk to the Gorosei after, and respect to him, he asked for his homeboy Kaku to get saved, which Gorosei was kind of a dog.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Let's call it what it is. Like, his partner.
His partner. Sure, his right hand man. I'll give you that.
But I'm gonna be honest, like,
and left hand man.
This is actually a great showing for Lucci, to be honest, because it's like he's still standing from an attack from Zoro.
Where he scarred from arm to arm, bro. Like, look, like Oda even shows it in the panel where Rob Lucci's holding the damn snail, and it's like it's on his shoulder muscle, that scar.
Yeah. I will also say, like, legit though, I also respect that he gave Rob Lucci scars on the front, like,
not the back.
Shame. Yeah, and now he has like matching set. He's got the front scars, he's got the back scars from 1,000 years ago. But overall, I will say also, I'm glad we got some Lucci character development, or at least like a little bit more information on him, because it's been a long time coming since we saw him post time skip, and we haven't, I think, really got a solid amount of character from him.
You could argue he got more characterization than Kizaru in this moment. Yeah. I feel that's a little harsh of me on Kizaru, but like I'd say where I'm coming from with that.
I'd say they're approaching to close now.
Which it shouldn't, but which it shouldn't have been though. It should have. I feel like we should have got more Kizaru shit than Rob Lucci.
Well, I think it depends on where Rob Lucci goes after this, which also might partially be determined by how the Itsume, if he even does bother to avoid Kaku.
Yeah, because if he fucks up Kaku, this like literally might be, because it's like I've always been on the side to where it's like Lucci would never betray the world government even after seeing all this, but it's like the fact that he pleaded and begged for them to save Kaku, and they might not.
Rob Lucci might turn. I like that. I'll get down with that.
And I think a big thing that really pisses off Lucci is he'll deal with it, but it actually does infuriate him to the point where we thought he might leave the CP0 organization and might actually do some shit.
I was shocked he joined after that cover story.
Well, yeah. Yes, that too. He hates working for people he's incompetent or like less competent than him. I don't think he thinks that he's stronger than Gorosei. I'm not saying that, but I think he thinks he might, if they don't bother to avoid Kaku, I could see him being like, yeah, you're like raw powerful, like a, big fucking animal, but like you're stupid. And that was a big thing he hated about working for what's his name, and during the Water 7 in his lobby arc. Yeah, Spondum is like, not only are you weak, you're also an idiot. So this, depending on how this goes down, CP0 might, if not defect, they might do like Kizaru and like dip. But who knows?
If not all of them, Rob Lucci for sure, which would be a big hit for them in this final war. Like that's a guy they kind of want on their side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
especially with them losing manpower. From this egghead arc, you losing a lot of the SSG because I mean those guys work for Bonnie now.
I think the Gorosei's undoing might just be them doubling, tripling down, thinking that maybe them plus the God Knights could take on the entire world, and then they'll be proven that that's not fucking true.
Them, the God Knights, and Akainu.
Again, I think honestly, if Akainu's solid in this form, I think he would try to coup and be like, the Marines and world government are no longer the same entity.
All right, we're gonna see.
He already doesn't like the Social Reckons. If he saw them as being actual demons,
look, we're gonna see, because I think some of them will defect. Because like we gotta have some of the Marines fight for these guys.
No, don't get me wrong. I think Akainu and the Marines are still gonna fight pirates.
Oh, okay.
I think Akainu might just be like, I'm the fleet admiral of the Marines. The Marines are their own thing now. We're the police of the world. Fuck the Gorosei, and guess what? Now all that tax goes directly to the glory of the Marines.
Oh man,
Damn.
look,
New
that's
under
not
new
cool
management.
either. Like
Yeah.
but look, we'll see what happens with all of that. But that was
I mean,
definitely one of my favorite parts, the Lucci moment. I will
well,
say.
I do want to ask if that happened. Do you think Green Bull would survive for Akainu? Because Green Bull has both hands full,
And see,
one sucking off Akainu and the other one sucking off the Gorosei.
that's why me personally, I kind of want the Marines to still be under them because you have people like him who like will work for the Gorosei. Like he's going to do that.
I feel like it won't change until because like
After.
because like the ideology Akainu like we saw Akainu have when he burnt that Marine that was trying to go like AWOL,
Yeah,
right?
absolute justice.
In Marineford, it's like I feel like if he sees the Gorosei do that to his Marines and he'll be like, oh, this is what I be doing.
Where
And
he
that's
could
what
change.
they and like obviously if he hears like them call hear them call like his Marines like insects, he'll be like, now hold on, wait a fucking minute.
But I think that has to happen during
Like,
the fight. Like he got to be fighting.
yeah, it's
like,
not like
for
he's gonna
them.
originally be on their side, but like as the war or whatever conflict
whatever's
is going
happening.
on,
Yeah, facts.
then he's gonna be
Yeah.
like, nah.
Like
And then
maybe
go
if
to
he
the
saw
fight.
a squad of Marines
if he
get a fucking borrow
survives.
breath.
And that's if he survives. If my man Sabo don't burn him to a crisp. We'll see what happens with that because like
I feel like a lot of people want to run their ones with Akainu.
Luffy got to get
actually,
his like Team Luffy got to get their get back. One of them, somebody got to fight him. Garp,
The Monkey
Sabo,
D
whoever,
family.
someone got to fight him. So, but anything else from this chat? Oh, besides the ending, I know we got to get to that. Dory Broggy had good showings. I know Versen said that the baseball scene was great, painting the bat. I
thought that was great. That was fun.
Yeah, it's great foreshadowing again for Mihawk.
Y'all stop, bro. Stop.
Also,
that.
I like the little 56, the Gomu, which again,
oh yeah,
is a hint on what his final bounty is going to be, which is going to be one up from Roger, 56, 56, 56, basically.
And to hit those bombs back, and the fact that he didn't know they were like gonna explode, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Also, what is
that
up
was
with
funny.
Gorosei's
Which
like
leads me to
weird
wonder,
and wacky powers? Like,
yeah, that leads me to wonder if they were going to explode whenever they were launched, or if it became an explosive after Nika hit it.
Oh, I assumed by Luffy's reaction they were gonna explode before.
I could see it either way.
Yeah, I could. That's just how I saw it. Oh, the worm's coming back. I didn't even realize that he was. Why they silhouette him again? Like, why? Just to show like fierceness?
I think that's
them
what,
like.
I think that's regeneration
reforming.
because they do it every time. Like I said, which is why I think they might be tied to Emu, and it might lead credence to the idea.
Well,
that
you know what?
Honestly,
Honestly,
Emu, or they're like ink blots.
Oh, so y'all think they
yeah,
regening right there?
So honestly, I might be
absolutely.
giving Oda a little too much credit here, but you remember when Sabo did that like flame fist when he like when he went into that room and like we saw the Gorosei form behind him? Maybe that maybe that dead wasn't silhouettes. Maybe that was them just like reforming themselves.
Yeah, I could see it.
Could be.
I could see it. That might that legit might just be how they are.
Like they might just be like Father's form, and this is me going from Full Metal Alchemist, but Father's form before he became Hohenheim, when he was just the ink blot monster.
Yeah, whenever they were the homunculus in the flask.
Yeah, facts. They really might be the creature in the flask type shit, where they're just these ink creatures type.
Man, the Giants are so cool. They're so ride or die. They're so just happy to be here.
Hey, look, the fact that not only do they believe in Luffy's like person as a deity, but then they fuck with Luffy, like they're riding, they're dying for this. Right. It's their god plus their friend.
Yeah, what quirk of destiny ties you together? Do you have any idea who this man is? And they're like, yeah, obviously, he's our buddy. They're like, that's our little guy. That's our homie.
Lisan al-Gaib, baby.
Yeah, stop bullying my nephew.
Muad'Dib Luffy, you feel me?
Muad'Dib, man, Muad'Dib. He was out here.
Luffy, whenever he finds the nuclear armament that is the One Piece, is just going to turn to the Giants and the gathered Stratgran fleet and tell them, send them to paradise.
Oh my god, it's going to be a big do not push button.
He gonna push the shit out of that thing. But I guess it ends. We see Marcus Mars talking to York. Bitch ass York. God. Yeah, hey, she's still smashed though.
Yeah, she's so hot though. She's so big. She's so tall.
I can't
look at
lie.
us.
It's
Oh
unfortunate.
man.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
that is
you know,
that is very unfortunate because she's a shitty person.
Yeah.
Look
They
at the
say
male
they say
gaze.
they say that the best is from the evil women. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's just what they saying.
It's if you crazy, it's
That's what they saying.
wild. I
All
heard
right,
it. I
so-
heard it. I heard
So, I mean, I've experienced it, but for the record,
it.
ladies, if Jazz ever hits on you, just know that he thinks you're evil.
Oh, whoa.
No, whoa. I have to confirm that they're evil before going in, because if they're not
Yeah.
evil, I have to.
Also,
You know what I'm saying?
Then he
As
gotta
we know,
leave.
The thing about it is, Jazz, if you're evil and also hot, that just means you're morally gray.
I don't know. That might mean you're worse off because you know
You're an
you're hot.
anti-hero.
Like,
you know?
no, you're a demon spawn because you know you're hot and you're using your sexual wiles to be crazy. It's like, whoa, that's diabolical.
Like we all wouldn't if we could.
Hey, look, I don't know. I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. But they say when you say
Well-
you're a nice guy, you're not a nice guy. So like, what are you gonna do?
You know what I learned?
Speaking of
I've
the
learned in
nicest
my.
guy,
You know, I've learned in my time being alive. You just don't say nothing.
that's fair.
Mm.
Then they call you aloof and mysterious.
Hey,
Um,
I'll say this.
Oh my god! Wait, tell me why I literally got called mysterious earlier today. Bro, y'all funny.
Happy for you though.
Look, I'll say this just so for us to finish up. What's up with that giant, bro?
See, I was trying to segue, brother. I was saying, speaking of the nicest guy, and then I was gonna be like,
Oh, my
This
bad.
giant
I was
talking
just
about
trying to
Joe
get us
Boy.
back on
Yeah.
track. We don't know if Joe Boy is nice. I don't know that. Everybody's apologizing to him. He's apologizing to the fisherman. Probably lied to him. He probably got him sent underwater, bastard.
what
Damn.
the fuck?
Like, what if, like, honestly, though, what? Because, like, everybody's apologizing to him, but he
Well,
apologized to them.
I know, I'm aware, but let me ask you a question. Like, you know, Mass Effect 2, you know, the video game Mass Effect 2,
Oh, you think it's gonna be like a
Even on a
Mass Effect
suicide
2?
mission- like a suicide mission. I think they were on a position to win, and then something happened. I don't know if it was necessarily a betrayal by Vivi's family or whatever, or someone fell short or something.
Someone.
But they were on the peak of doing it, and then it just fell apart. And that's why everyone's apologizing to each other. That's why Zunisha's marching, because they're like, we were this close to saving the world.
But I think the fisherman got it the
And
worst.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Fishman
Yeah.
Island, Fishman Island sucks, but it's also protected. You know,
Sure,
so,
but
like,
but I'm just saying, I feel
Also,
like based upon
Also, the fishermen
him
weren't
apologizing
slaughtered,
to
like,
them.
the
I think
fishermen
that
weren't
means
slaughtered like
something.
the Lunarians. There's only like
Oh, well, I mean, he can't apologize to them because they did.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, do you think Joe Boy would even apologize to them, or were they not homies, and that's why they're all fucking dead?
Hey, might be. They might have sided with the Gorosei, bro. Real shit. We don't
I
know.
say the Gorosei sided. They sided with the Gorosei. The Gorosei moved in on their couch and then
And
evicted
kicked
them.
him out. Yeah, got him out of here. Bye bye. We're gonna send that sky monster at you, or with that shit beam shooting that mother.
Honestly,
Damn, this
the
is
people
nice
doing
real
the
estate
best-
you got here.
The people doing the best, probably the Giants. Everyone both wants them
Mhm.
and wants to subjugate them, and yet no one has the balls to step up.
Facts. I would say they're doing the best. I could agree with that.
But they
Skypean's
do
not
have
bad
to
either.
They mostly have to hang out on their own island. Well,
I'll-
Skypeans are doing pretty good, but keep in mind though, they do make a point of being like, we can't grow shit and do shit on the clouds. They're fun and we navigate them, but we can't actually build a society on these things.
Yeah, they gotta use
Right.
the verf, the fairy
Yeah,
verf.
yeah. They got to steal soil. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you can probably make a lot of money just by putting a bunch of like dirt in a bucket and then just selling it
Oh.
for 50 times the price by going up the waterfall.
Bro, that should be a video thing we do where we figure out the best ways to make money in the One
To-
Piece
to
I
get
verse.
say
rich and
scamming
Like,
scamming
yeah,
the world.
Cause trapping soil to the Skypeans, yo,
That's a lot.
that's a
Genius.
lot of money, bro.
Dude, you get one fish on the crew who can go underwater where no one can yell at you for all the fucking like sand and dirt you're stealing.
Nah, fuck the humans. We're cutting right under.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, man, fucking Montblanc Cricket's family had it all wrong. They shouldn't have been looking for treasure. They should have just been piling that sand
Dirt.
dirt
Yeah.
and bringing it up.
And don't let you get like a palm tree or like a banana tree. Oh,
dude,
I need a
some
lot of
one
berry for
fruit
that.
Oh my God, damn.
Yeah, like,
That's
listen,
actually
bro, you
smart.
take care
Yeah.
of this. This is gonna feed your family for generations.
Yeah, that's pounds. We trapping pounds with
Say-
them trees.
You know what? Matter of fact, you grow it up here. I'm gonna settle it back down low. I got this company. I'm thinking of calling it Chiquita.
Mm.
Anyway.
Hold on.
I like that.
Hold
See,
on.
I'm
future
excited
video
to-
idea: how to make money in the One Piece world.
I'm excited to see the giant finally moving. It felt like it's taken a minute.
Yeah, it took
Um,
forever, bro. We were
but-
saying chapters ago that guy was supposed to be here,
Yeah,
but I
he's
get why he
moving. He's been
saved
moving
him.
for a bit.
You had
know?
to save him for the Gorosei kid here. I get it now. I understand.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they straight up say something way bigger than a giant because I feel like we haven't got the scale yet because he was sitting like laying down.
Oh, that dude looks
Like,
like a
if he's,
continent
like-
puller.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's definitely on his oars type shit.
Yeah.
which is very intriguing.
Which is interesting because he has Oar's horns, damn near.
Yeah.
Or
Um,
Onigashima's horns, damn near.
So yeah, we discussed this a little bit. You don't think there's a dude in there, or you think it's all
Yeah,
robot?
Versen said this to us for people watching. And we in our chat we discussed the chapter before we record, and that was one of the things he said.
I
think
it
you
might
think
be
it's a
Darth
person in
Vader
there?
situation. It might be a Darth Vader giant situation.
Mm,
And if Joy Boy is like a giant, this could be his brother.
mm.
I would be mad at that.
I'm gonna predict.
I'm more on the
Or a
I'm more
family.
on the Alphonse type. He's on his Alphonse type of shit.
Yeah,
So
like
where
a
it's like,
Souls.
yeah,
smash
his
See?
in there.
soul is just kind of like in it. You
See,
know
I
what I'm
want it
saying?
to be a robot, like a legitimate, like AI. Like this shows what the technology was before, and what the Gorosei like eliminated. Because what if that ties into what Vegapunk was talking about? To your point about what you said a couple weeks ago, Version, about like Vegapunk saying we had so much more before them. We were so much more advanced.
Mhm.
This damn robot proves that.
Yeah, I could dive on pretty much anything. I'm not really for or against whatever, but I'm just exploring all possibilities. I do think it's possible before the crew leaves, he's gonna drop that hot fire, and the
Oh, I
Gorosei are
hope
gonna spend a
so.
lot of time trying to smash him. But he's just so huge and imposing. I don't know if they're going to smash him.
I
Before
need
he
him to
does it.
pull out an antimatter bomb.
Shit, he might save Dorian Broggy because I thought Dorian Broggy would have to die to get Luffy and them out of here.
Now
The,
that you
the
mention
giant
it,
is the sacrifice now, baby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
now that you mention it, Jazz, about the antimatter bomb, Kuma does have a self-destruct in it, right?
I think
What if
so.
they
I thought they
learned
took
how
it
to-
out.
But I mean, he had it at one point.
Oh, so,
So
you're
what
thinking
if they
probably,
learned
like,
how to do that from this giant?
From
In
them?
in which case he's like, hey, by the way, and he just opens up his
He's a
fucking
nuke.
like, like Bender with the little, just the fucking thing from Futurama.
See, that's
That'd be
interesting.
cra-
I was
that'd be
gonna ask
crazy.
y'all, does Eam Mother Flame Egghead?
I feel like he's out of juice. He just used it. And also that
Okay.
bitch has to move.
And also, like, without York, I feel like there's also no other way for them to like use it, like not to say use
Which
it
is why they were
again.
trying to save your facts.
yeah,
yeah,
which
so-
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't want them to, but I think she's getting saved.
Definitely.
yeah.
That's what Mars is
about
there
to,
for.
yeah.
Like he or not Marcus or whatever his name is. That's what that dude's the Birdman is there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm happy to see her still alive, I guess, but also, goddamn you super scientist son of a bitch.
But I also think the other side's gonna keep some Vegapunks too, though.
Oh yeah, I think we're good. I think it's gonna probably end up being a York versus a Lilith battle.
Oh, can we talk about it now? Fuck the robot. We
Wow,
didn't
okay.
get to. Well, this is probably a separate video, but I'm gonna ask it here, and it'll be an extra long review. What? Kid 7. Yo, like, is that not relevant? Like,
I mean, it's interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
that's super interesting to me. Like, why did he have
I
a
said, we don't
7
have
on
a
his
red one.
gun?
Yeah.
Having him as the Vegapunk Wrath or someone inspired by Vegapunk that could come back and play when we get to
I say,
Elbaf.
I wonder, did Kid like have any reverence at all for Vegapunk or anything? I don't know.
We don't know. He never said. He never told Frank. Like, I feel like
Probably
Frankie
just
was
admired
telling
him as a
him.
kid.
I think Frankie was telling him about his shit, and like I don't know if we look back to Frank, I think he had a weird reaction to Frankie when he saw the Frankie Shogun the first time.
Yeah. I mean, I can see him. Like, I think part of the meme is every boy loves Frankie Shogun because it's a mech. So if it was anything other than like liking it, I think that'd be an interesting development.
That's what I'm saying. Look, if he is a Vegapunk, I wouldn't be mad at that having him in Elbaf.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I just need to know what the exact relevant is.
Yeah, I need to know
Like,
what the connection is.
yeah.
Sure.
Also, that does raise a question of, was he built? Because he was a child at one point. We saw him as a kid.
We did.
Or was he done the old fashioned way?
And that's why I asked,
Did Vegapunk
is
go
he
get
someone that
himself?
was inspired by Vegapunk? Like, he knew Vegapunk had 6 Stellas. He was like, I'm the 7th. Like, that he claimed that for himself. How Luffy
mean,
claimed pirate
Hey,
from
look,
Shanks.
all
Is
we
it-
know. No, good.
I was gonna say, is it possible that maybe I don't know, Vegapunk has some jars somewhere to make the satellites, and maybe and maybe kid's mom or dad or maybe both of them were like, what if we just go steal that juice, get a turkey baster, and then we have like a Vegapunk,
Possible.
and we'll leave
Damn.
because he's gonna be mad, but we're gonna go and
Hey,
then
and
wherever the
like,
hell kid's family is from.
look, if York survives, but let's say some of the other Vegapunks don't. What if Kid's the last Vegapunk?
He would
That could
not
give
work with
that could
Dad
give him
at all.
that could give him relevance to the story. Because
If
like what does he do? Like honestly,
he's
what
got
does
so
he?
much CTE, I don't know how much. He's like good with his fruit, and he's kind of good as an engineer, but like,
What if
first
he's
of
been
all,
holding
that's expected
back?
to be not as much science. But dude, we need to do something about that CTE.
What
We
if
need
what
to
if
clear
what if
that.
it's not CT? What if it's an act? What if he's been holding
An
back?
act? That's a big. That act got his entire crew killed.
That act got him thrown in jail. Actually,
Yeah.
But like, would it? It's like now I gotta embrace like who I actually am type shit. Because like I don't know. I don't know at this point
He's gonna
why to bring
retire
him
from
back.
being a Pokemon trainer and become a Pokemon scientist like Gary Oak.
Maybe.
he said, my whole entire life I thought my purpose was to find the One Piece, but it was actually to build city infrastructure.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna introduce plumbing. Nah, Jazz. He's like, listen, I know I
He's
act
like, I'm
tough
gonna
because
go
I
to
came out.
trade school.
He's like, I know I acted tough because I came out of the hood or whatever, but I need you to know I got a 30 on my ACT, and I actually had a free ride to Harvard, but I wanted to do king shit instead.
And meanwhile, Killer's in the back like, you got a 30 on your ACT, but we told you not to pull up on Shanks and you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, that's the CTE for playing football for next curriculum.
That was all that CTE when he suplexed Kaido and he also fell on his head.
Didn't matter though; his brain was already swollen.
Let me see. Does he have a 7 on? I'm gonna look see if he has a 7.
I think it's mostly on his massive railgun.
Oh, yeah, it was on his railgun. And
Mm,
that's so
there's
interesting
something
to
on his
put
shirt.
that right there, man.
Yeah. Also, just while we're wrapping up here, I just want to say I really like where it gets going. Like it's a lot of up and downs, cool stuff's happening. I'm glad to see the Giants didn't totally just get washed. This later break is going to be a fucking killer, though. I can tell you.
Oh yeah,
that.
it's gonna be super long, super long.
Also, I don't know, Len. I don't know. I understand why, but I don't agree with your Keezer slander just because he's on this last page.
Hey, bro,
Look,
fuck that old man.
I respect anyone who's quite quitting their job and is just laying back collecting a paycheck and not trying to do bad. Do you like? Let me ask Len. Do you honestly think he's just got the shit smacked? Like he's got the shit smacked out of him. Do you think he's out for the count, or do you think he's just?
Oh no, I don't think he's out for the count. I think he's just laying there. I think he's just
he wants a reason to lay there, so he doesn't have.
Yeah,
to
so you don't have to
chaos
get in there.
anymore.
And I think that's pussy. If you don't like what's happening in the world, make a fucking difference, Kizaru, because you can. You are in a position to where if you choose to go one way, it sends shakes because you're one of the strongest people.
But what you gotta think about is a lot of this stuff at Egghead probably, I mean, depending on if Morgans gets here or not, a lot of this stuff isn't going to be on the paper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then they'll hear it's gonna be Kizaru's mistake. So it's like I'm thinking of it from the perspective that like Kizaru's thinking like Garp and Marine Ford. It's like if I save Ace, then that fucks up the image of the Marines. So it's like even though Kizaru is like siding with the Gorosei and demons and it's wrong and everything, it's like the headlines are going to say Admiral Kizaru.
But
I won't say.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But I mean, look, Kuzan dealt with that. Because I'm sure Kuzan had to deal with that as well.
But that's different because Kuzan is black. He was supposed to leave the Marines. He was supposed to leave the Marines.
I mean, Kizaru's a little
fair. Nah,
he's a little melanated. He's a little melanated, but he's like
definitely Japanese, bro. 100%. 1000%.
Hey, that 2% Nigerian ain't saving Kizaru. I'm telling you that right now.
Look, I don't know. But see, the problem with that though, Len, is that I get that, but he did lose fair and square after trying to become the fleet admiral. He knew what the situation was, you know.
But okay, I'm going to assume, and this is me headcaning in here. Anybody who's listening, I'm going to assume that Kuzan knew that shit was bad, so he was trying to fight the fight from inside type situation. And when he couldn't, he was out. He was out, and I don't know what he's doing with Blackbeard now. We still don't know. But honestly, I think
he might end up worse on that side because Blackbeard seems like he's
I think he thought, hey, I can't do good under a Kainu. So like I gotta go. Whereas Kizaru, bro, you got to take the lumps that come.
He went-
I said the same
he
thing
went
about
from-
Vegapunk.
he
I'm not
he went
crying
from,
no thug tear because Vegapunk died. Nigga, you
Kuzan
caused
went from-
Well,
atrocities.
yeah.
Kuzan
Well,
went from worldwide slavery to island slavery. You know,
Yeah.
I guess it's a little better.
As they went from, running the biggest gang empire in the world, aka the United States government, to
The
I mean,
Bloods and Crips.
I'm just gonna do some terrorism along the coast. I'm just gonna cause a lot of problems on very important sea channels.
And I'm not crying for Vegapunk's bitch ass, and I ain't crying for Kizaru. Take your L, nigga. Take your L.
God, Lynn, you are a cold man.
Cold to those guys. Now,
I
if
say-
Dorian Broggy died, I'd cry. Those were good. Those were good people. Nice people. Kizaru,
Yeah.
I don't
You-
know.
You only have to have a slavish devotion for the Lisan Al Gaib.
Mm.
Yeah.
Bringing
you
it
know,
back.
I
Bringing
say
it back.
right here, Lynn's like, listen, for the martyrs. All right. Long live the
Look.
fighters.
Shout out to the spice. I want to drink the blue juice.
I can't wait until Emu versus Luffy is a knife match.
yeah.
May thy
Can't
knife
wait.
chip and shatter.
May thy knife chip and shatter.
That's so funny to me. He really could not think of anything harder. He was like, "Damn, let me just repeat the same shit."
I mean, to be fair, it was pretty cold.
It was.
You know?
It was. You look. I'm gonna be honest. If I was in that situation, I couldn't come up with anything colder on the spot.
No, fuck
I
no.
say, how many of you guys would just pull out the fuck you, your mama? And then go,
Well, I mean, he was kind of cheap. He probably saw a bunch of futures where he saw some catchphrases that just didn't land, and he chose that one.
yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Also, he
He
did
was
steal
kinda
from
cheating.
Jimmy. He did steal from Jimmy's.
But I'll say
But-
this.
but that's cultural.
Oh yeah, cultural appropriation at its finest. But okay, so I'll say this. Enough Dune talk. For people who didn't see it, go watch it. Great movie. But all right, that's pretty much everything, right? Right? You got anything else?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
well, those vice admirals were to get fucking folded. No
Oh,
contest.
those dudes don't matter anymore.
No.
We're at a point.
Wait, you know what's crazy? They're talking about we're gonna stop. We're gonna kill Jewelry Bonnie. Sanji's there. Vegapunk's there. Not Vegapunk. Oh my god, not Vegapunk. He's dead. Sanji's there. Frankie's there.
Nami's
Isn't
there.
Isn't Jinbei on the way?
Yeah,
Jinbei
Jinbei
and
on the way.
Zoro.
Jinbei and Zoro are on the way.
The Giants
What
are
do they-
there.
and
Like-
not even to mention, Bonnie. I'm not saying this could happen, but it could possibly happen. Bonnie literally just saw Luffy turn into Nika
Mhm.
right in front of her
Nika like
face.
future.
Who says that she doesn't
can't do
Nika like
that.
future them vice admirals? Son,
Facts.
I think we need to have a talk one day about how in story the vice admirals really think they them, but they
They do not matter.
Dude,
They-
every single one of them thinks they're like 2 weeks away from an admiral retiring, and they're the ones who are going to.
But hey, I'll say this though: 3-time skip Straw Hats. Them vice admirals was tough.
yeah,
Vice admirals was tough.
I say, I mean, fucking Smoker was just a captain, and he was doing pretty good work.
Now, vice admirals they can kick
I'll
rocks.
be honest, you got to send admirals and above to go deal with Yonko crews. You send a vice admiral to a Yonko crew, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a full stack. Before Blackbeard took out Lost Crew, I don't think a vice admiral could take them out.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. 3
I
billion men, baby. I'm gonna give the 3 billion homies some love.
Oh my god, imagine getting your ass beat by John Bart. Oh my goodness.
Hey, he's large.
Shit,
He's a
he
big
would
dude.
He
Shoot
is,
the
but,
water
like-
bubbles at you, bro. That would piss me off.
Yeah, you get your ass whooped by Beppo not too long. Yeah. Hang up that
Yeah.
uniform, buddy.
Yeah, but the teddy bear.
turn in your resignation
Yeah, man.
next day.
I say you better learn. You better learn how they talk in the South Sea, buddy, because you're going all the way down there.
Because
If
like
you're unlucky, you're going to the East.
because
Blue.
I feel like they were about to get a good showing, but then the Giants showed up and literally just chopped one of them in half. Who was that anyway?
Oh, the Toska, the guy who was
Toska.
doing the Toska's
Because I thought
Yeah.
he
That
was
guy got
I thought he was
fucked.
I thought he was about to do something really cool, but
Hell no,
Yeah.
Toast Crunch got cut in half.
He could have been a
It's gone.
contender, but yeah, no, I don't know.
Just shows they don't matter. If you're like
We're actively undergoing a Buster call, and then like all this demon shit.
Like
The
I
Vice
think they'll
Admiral's still vacant.
matter. I think they'll matter in the final war when they're fighting. Like, and this takes
Yep.
me back to
Mhm.
fucking Dressrosa, where the Grand
be-
Fleet were fighting those lame-o Doflamingo
Dude,
pirates.
They'll have a great time fighting Blue Gilly.
Yeah, fighting Bartolomeo.
Yeah,
inside, oh my
that
god.
Bartolomeo, no diffs. I'm talking.
I
like,
can't wait. I can't wait until
The
Momonga
long live
struggles with
tribe member and the
Leo.
long arm tribe member. And maybe, dude, 3 vice admirals versus 1 harden. What are we doing?
And then out of nowhere, a poo shows up to one tap a vice admiral.
Oh God! You have the fucking mermaid princess fighting a vice admiral.
Oh, by the way, though, I do want to mention, because this was a little bit of a thing that we theorized, or I think a lot of people were theorizing, was that maybe the Blackbeard crew was here for York. Well, York clearly,
Was nowhere near
unless
her.
it's Katarina Devon.
That's sitting on that bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna believe it's York. I think they dipped once they got Saturn's looks. I think they were like, "Oh,
But how would they even know? I don't know.
But
how
you
would
know
they
what?
They're
know?"
definitely
Yeah,
there for other shit.
When
they
Katarina
were.
said,
I
like,
think that.
this
I think that
makes-
makes it easier.
Yeah,
I think.
but when
Yeah.
Katarina said, like, this makes our job easier, it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like they
That feels
probably
side
did.
missioning.
I think they probably did go for
something.
York or Vegapunk.
But
Yeah,
they were
for
like,
sure.
oh, a fucking Gorosei? That's way better.
Yeah, fuck this. This is like you're going steal, like, you're a guy that needs a meal. Like, let's say you just want to get some McDonald's and you're like, yo, I'm going to go steal like some burger meat from Walmart. But then all of a sudden, you see a freshly good steak and you just take the steak instead.
No, Lynn, I think it's like,
on
man,
the side
dude,
on the side of the road?
yeah.
Sure.
Also, Lynn, I feel like it's like, oh, I needed a meal, but I just stole the ID from the president of the United States. That's a cool thing to have, but I'm still fucking hungry.
No, you went for a meal and instead, okay, so you went for a meal, you went to go steal some shit out of Walmart, and all of a sudden you find $100 on the ground.
And you still
Or-
there's no
you
need
went
to
go-
steal the
or
meat
you went to-
anymore.
from
Or you
Walmart.
went to go steal a meal from Walmart and you happened upon Jay-Z.
No,
then you
fuck that.
had
Go
a-
steal your meal, steal.
Yeah.
Jay-Z not doing shit.
Or for Jazz, you thought you were going to go for a meal, and instead, you just ate all the girls' snacks that you were sleeping with.
Didn't need
Damn,
a
now
meal.
her
The
son
girl
ain't-
provided that. Damn, look at you. Stealing
her
that
son
little
got
kid's
no
fruit
snacks in the morning.
roll-ups.
All the fruit
Damn,
snacks.
that's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
The gummy
look,
bears too.
Hey, look, it is what it is. It is what it is, baby.
Yeah,
And
fuck
that's
them
why
kids.
Jazz is the villain.
I'm team fuck them kids as well.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not. Don't agree with that. I think that's a mean thing to do to children.
Fuck them kids.
Why don't you be a real man and bring them snacks like a good stepdad?
Hey, whoa. Until they put a ring, no one's a stepdad, buddy. I don't have to deal with your crumb snatchers.
Damn.
Wow.
I wasn't even about to go that far. Nah, he pulled out the slurs for children. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Dude, Lynn be like, well, they didn't want the lollipop stolen. Why didn't they fucking throw some hands?
Nah, I'd beat their kids at 2K and then just.
It's gonna be freezing, nigga. It's gonna be cold.
Jazz, you got some nephews, right? I'll put money on the table to see if they can beat our boy Lynn at 2K. I'm interested.
Who?
You know what's crazy? They're not they're not basketball kids, but my nephew will beat your ass in Smash. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not good at
Even
Smash.
better. Even
But,
better.
Look, anyone like I'm about to do a stream because the UL football team still is on my ass from when I said on the radio. They told my brother, they were like, doesn't he podcast? He was like, yeah. He was like, we still want his ass in 2K. I'm about to beat the entire UL football team on stream. I'm
Whoa,
challenging
I feel like-
anybody, nigga.
I feel like we
I'm
need to
busting
change up
people ass on 2K.
I feel like we need to change up terminology because why do they want your ass specifically?
Oh, well, they want my gamer
mean,
tag.
I say, Jazz, they're cutting up every bit of the animal like a butcher.
Look, I'm beating everybody. Anybody want that smoking 2K? If you watching this, holla at me in the comments.
Yeah,
I'll bust
like
your
Lynn
ass.
said. Lynn said, we're coming, we're busting ass, we're taking names, we're doing it.
Facts. Big facts. And fuck them kids.
Sad.
A lot of messages here.
Yeah,
You won't get this anywhere else.
Yeah,
all right, we
3
need
week
to
break,
end. We're
going
clouding.
outside, going
All right.
outside.
All right, Versen, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
Hey everybody, you can follow me at Versen also pretty much anywhere, or you can follow me at my current name, Josh Tusker, pretty much anywhere. Got a new job interview happening this week. That that might be a cool thing. Also, the date is tentative, but there's going to be a protest at the Louisiana Capitol next week, tentatively the 19th, but we might move it up to make sure that it's while the legislative session's happening. I'll have more details later. So.
Hell yeah. All right. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Versen, check out all his stuff. Jazz, tell people they can follow you out on social media.
You can follow me on Instagram, Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on Twitter, Real Jazzy Boy. You can follow me On TikTok at Cornell D God.
Make sure y'all go follow Jazz. You can follow me at LinBWT. Check out all of our amazing content. And we'll have a videos in between this 3-week break. We're going to put out some stuff. Y'all be sure to check that out. We'll do some like fun One Piece vids and whatnot. But all right, until next time, y'all have a good one and peace.